Good morning. How are we all? Hope you all had a good weekend. I've got Lily with me again. Yeah, just going to change her. Not a lot to talk about really. It was Remembrance Sunday here yesterday in the UK. And we did take a trip up to the cemetery to see the grave of Peter's uncle, who he never met. He was 26 when he died at Dunkirk. So we just went up and paid our respects to the war graves. Then we went and found Peter's mum. I don't know, I probably told you. She's been gone a few years now. And we've been trying to find her grave. We were at the funeral. We've been trying to find her grave for ages. We've been, going up there, and there's so many people been buried since she was buried. And we couldn't find it anywhere. Trudged around and around. And then I wrote to the cemetery office and got a map. And it was in the area, I was checking the right area. So I went up there yesterday with the grave number and the names on all grave. They send you a plan, send you a map of the cemetery, which is something like 47 acres or something like that. And then they send you a printout of the area she's in with all the names on the gravestones in that area. Yeah, we were out when we've been checking before, but it wasn't out by much. And the reason we couldn't find her was because there's no gravestone or anything there. Nothing, just a patch of grass. Now, when she passed away, Peter's stepbrother, the youngest of the brothers, took over and emptied the house, everything, didn't even give a photograph, so much as a photograph to Peter or his other brother. And we were always told there was enough money over after everything else that he sold off to get a headstone. Well, obviously, there was no headstone, there was nothing. Not good, is it? When I applied for the details, it came back and it did say there was no headstone. So I did go and have a grave marker made up with her name and that on it, because I didn't know if anything was there. I thought he would have put something there, just an ornament or something, but there was not one thing there. It was just flat grass. It was nothing. And it took us ages to find. It had been raining hard. My feet got soaked. And consequently, my knee's playing up today. But that's beside the point. We found her only by the names either side. So that's the only reason we found her, where her grave should be. So then I got in contact with Peter's nieces, because they've been looking for her. We've not been the only one. People have been looking for her and can't find her anywhere. So now she has got a grave marker, and his nieces will go up. Well, one I contacted definitely will next weekend, and she will take something up with her. And, people can add a few bits now. They know where she is. And if anyone talked to this brother, but nobody talks to him, you see, because he's not a nice person. And if anyone did speak to him, we would have found out long ago that there was nothing there, and we could have sorted it. But anyway, Lily, fat Lily, what's this, all this nappy, isn't it? Let's sort you out. I'll have to take her out the camera at the moment, lift her up so that I can do the back of her up. it's another grey day here. As I said, it rained hard yesterday. My trainers are only like fabric and it had gone straight through them. I had soaking wet feet. And I was walking up and down on uneven grass. That's what done my knee in again. Yeah, very twisted. There we go. There we go, Poppet. Right, these come with a little pair of... You've seen these. You must have seen these before because I haven't bought anything new. I don't know who makes them. Oh, little nutmeg. So that's... Morrison's is nutmeg, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. They're quite sweet. They've got a little bird on the bottom of the cuff there. Little birdie. Wooden bird button. It's funny, I got these on eBay and I've bought things from Morrison's before, Tiny Baby, and they were massive. Absolutely massive. Up again. I expect these are going to be a little bit big. I can't remember. I can't remember. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, YouTube is playing up non-stop. You know it's playing up. I've told you before it is playing up. But it's got worse and worse and worse. I don't know. I don't hardly get any notifications anymore. I can't find people and it's just really, really odd. Now, are you going to go really frilly or just a little bit frilly, I think, today? Yeah? These have got little pink. What have they got? I thought there was hearts, but they're not. They're little dots, little pink dots in the lace. Do you need a cardie? This is the thing. Do you need a cardigan? Put the lid back on that box. Do you want these on? These little... They're like an off-white, they are, those booties, aren't they? I don't know what you can see, actually. You might be totally off camera. It's all right. I'm used to talking to myself. I am used to talking to myself. Now, should we put a pink cardi on? Or should we put a little pink jacket? Or should we put a white jacket, a cardi? It doesn't really go with anything, does it? Nothing goes with anything. Let's try that one. Well, this one's smaller actually, isn't it? But it's wrong pink. Does it really matter? I don't know. Or white, and that's a brighter white than your booties, so. I never colour coordinated when my children were young. I didn't colour coordinate. I was just pleased they got dressed in the end. You know. And then when you rush in and you've got a tiny one to get ready and one little one to get ready for school, you don't, you know, it's a bit of a hassle. You're just pleased when they're dressed and out the door. Or you're out the door with them, I should say. Let's put those back like that. That's better. Oh, well, that's okay, isn't it? That's okay. Let's do your hair. Brush, brush, brush. There we go. Oh. Spray over here. Keep it away from my coffee. don't think I'll put anything on her head today. Let's just cover up your bald patch. She hasn't really got bald patches, but it's just thin baby hair, isn't it? Thin baby hair. Yeah, so I haven't got a pink hat anyway. Put a white one in. You don't really need one, do you? You don't really need one. And there she is. There she is. Here. Oh, goodness me. Let me sit down. Yeah, so not done a lot. As I just said, not done a lot. I did go out yesterday and pain. Lots of pain. But never mind. Never mind. Yeah, we went and saw, oh, excuse me, Peter's uncle, as I say. He was 26 and died at Dunkirk. And yeah, he got his regiment and a number on the gravestone. Now I'm wondering if I'd look up that number. Well, Peter was wondering if I looked up that number somewhere, I don't know where, you might know, you might say underneath. Because he was a private in the army, in the Buffs Regiment. Now I wrote the number down, but I can't find it, so it must still be in the car. If I can look him up anywhere and find out actually where he was serving and where he'd been. I must be able to do that on the line, surely. If you know, let me know, and then I can, because Peter would love to know, he really would. His uncle, which is his mum's brother, which would have been another brother to this young lad that died. He died a year ago, I think we went. Might have been more now. Time goes so quick. It might be 2 years. He died and we went to his funeral as I say, I think it might be a couple of years ago. And we didn't know until after he'd gone. He never spoke about the war at all. And he got loads of medals, and he had, somebody was playing the last post on the bugle when he, after the funeral, and we didn't know any of this. He was, and he was, he'd been to France and been given a big ceremony in France. Well, he was alive, of course. Big ceremony in France because he'd done such good things in the war, and I don't know anything about that. I didn't know a thing until one of Peter's nieces sent me an article after he'd gone, and there's all these fantastic brave men that you don't know anything about and don't talk about it afterwards because it's must have seen such horrific things. And yesterday was the day to remember all of them. There's a couple of war memorials up at the cemetery, our local cemetery, and there's quite a few graves from World War I, World War II. But I was surprised there was nobody up there doing a ceremony or anything. They do one down in our local park because there's a big memorial down there. But I thought they would have done something at the cemetery, but no, nothing at all. They are kept quite well. All the war graves are kept by the War Commission. Is that the right word? Kept tidy, and they was all supplied with a little cross with a poppy on and things like that. But yeah, there was quite a few people up there visiting family, friends of family. One gentleman, when we was trying to find Pete's mum, he just told us we were in the right area, and he said, and if you look, you've got numbers on that plan. I said, yeah. He said, look, some of the graves have still got numbers on, but I couldn't find them. I couldn't see them. Pete found a couple. And yeah, he was kind enough to show us the area where we should have been looking. We were in the right area, but as I say, there are so many more graves since we've been. Every time you go, there's more and more. Sadly. And then we found the space. It's such an old cemetery. I was looking up the history of it yesterday, and I can't remember. I just cannot remember numbers anymore. I can't remember when it started, but it's really, really old. And I can hear something crackling. I think it's my ear, actually. What was I saying? I lose track as well. Yeah, and there is so many graves up there, and some really, really old ones. If I was younger and I was fit, well, even not younger, but if I was fit and able, I'd love to be able to join the Friends of the Cemetery and just go and do a few little bits and pieces up there, you know. Look after a few of the forgotten graves. That would be something nice to do. Found my nan and granddad on the way round. My great-grandparents, I found the area, because I used to go up there a lot. When I was younger and my granddad was ill, I used to go up and take care of a couple of graves that he would do. But he wasn't well enough to go up there again, so I took over and did that, and then I stopped going when he died. One of my aunties, she still goes and she does that grave, and she does my nan and granddad's, and she does her husband's, my Uncle Tony. So we went and saw him as well, and yeah, so many up there, so many. Anyway, there's this poppet. I'm not doing a lot today. I'm resting my knee when I can, and yeah. You funny face, aren't you? Funny face. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna finish my coffee and see if Ruby wants to come in. She's been out for a little while, so she might want to come in. She asked to go out. I didn't put her out. She still doesn't like me picking her up. She sits on. Giant done a lovely little video yesterday, and she was just purring away, and I was stroking her, and she loves her head scratched and everything else. But I can't add things on my iPad. I've got an iPad mini. If anyone knows how to add photos to my videos, or you know, put another bit of a video on, let me know, for goodness sake. I Google and they say, oh, do this and do that, and then I look and my iPad hasn't got it. So it's an iPad mini. So I don't know, but otherwise I would have added it on and some photos of her. She's a little devil. She loves fuss, but she doesn't like being picked up. I wondered if my grandchildren have picked her up at some stage, and you know, she panics now when she gets picked up. I put her out. I did put her out yesterday when we went up the cemetery. Peter said, pop her out for half. We won't be gone long. I picked her up to put her out, and she turned around and she's trying to scratch my face. So she really doesn't like being picked up. She panics and she goes into, you know, scratchy mode. Yeah, but apart from that, she'd sit on me and she'd purr away, and you can do anything to her. But she doesn't like being picked up. Right, I'm going to go. I haven't changed your nappy for ages. You've got an easy peasy nappy on, haven't you? A cloth nappy. Right, hope you can still see her. Yeah, there she is. Little poppet. Have a lovely day. Whatever you're doing, have fun and stay safe. Speak to you soon.